the Packers picked up Rashawn Gary's and Darnell Savage's fifth-year options to keep them around. They are very big. They're a very big focal point in the defense for the Packers. Rashawn Gary took a big step last year. Darnell Savage has been a starting safety for the Packers for his whole career. So this is a great way to keep these two guys around. The Cardinals made a trade that everyone was like, well, what? This is weird. The Cardinals made a trade with the Ravens to get the 23rd overall pick. The Ravens got the 23rd overall pick. The Cardinals got a third round pick and Marquise Hollywood Brown. Now, according to Hollywood Brown, he said he didn't want to be there anymore. And Lamar Jackson knew about the situation. And so all these major networks were like, who is going to miss who more? And all that kind of stuff. If I'm the Ravens, Hollywood Brown was our best wide receiver. He's gone now. Sammy Watkins is no longer here. And I'm supposed to say that Lamar Jackson's gonna be another MVP? No, not with this staff of characters. So it is a big loss for the Ravens losing Hollywood Brown, and a big loss for Lamar Jackson. But it was not the only big trade that happened on night one of the draft, as the Eagles traded with the Titans. The Titans got the third round pick and the number 18 overall pick, where the Eagles got A.J. Brown. This is a huge thing. What happened? They did not just trade for him, they gave him an extension, 4 years, $100 million, $57 million guaranteed. A lot less than what he was asking for in Tennessee, where A.J. Brown asked the Titans for $80 million guaranteed. Now, as much as you want to say, yeah, that wasn't worth it, it's A.J. Brown, your best receiver. You released Julio Jones. Now you got nobody in terms of your wide receiving group. That's very harsh. But you did draft Treylon Burks, so I am impressed by that behalf, but at what cost? The Rams traded with the Browns in a very interesting trade, as the Browns got the 230th pick and a future pick, but the Rams got Troy Hill. Troy Hill played on the Rams for 6 seasons. Got a big payday by the Browns. Now is back in LA to be on the opposite side of Jalen Ramsey. The Cowboys, when they drafted, and I'll specifically say this, they drafted some interesting characters. Tyler Smith was their first overall pick out of Tulsa. I don't agree with the deal. They had offers to trade back. But in terms of what they needed, offensive guards were gone, wide receivers were gone, edges were gone. You were scraping the bottom of the barrel over here, is what they used to say in the old ways. So they went with Tyler Smith, a local guy out of Tulsa. They feel he can be the offensive guard. He, and your future left tackle, he does have some holding issues and his technique isn't great. Hopefully that is fixed, and we have to go from there. But fingers crossed that he can be the starting offensive guard and long-term offensive tackle and have no issues. The second round pick was Sam Williams. Sam Williams has been talked about a lot. He's a great defensive player. Off the field, if that can be sorted out and there's no problems there, perfect. Otherwise, you're on the rocks. This is supposedly your replacement for Randy Gregory. Let's just see where this goes. The next one would have been Jalen Tolbert out of South Alabama. The Cowboys like this pick, and Dak Prescott liked this pick because a few days before the draft, he went and talked to Jalen Tolbert. He called him, and they were vibing a little bit. So they like this guy. He does have some struggles with those contested balls, where if he just doesn't look all the way through, he will drop it. But he's very good. He's very smart guy. He had D1 offers. He had top school offers, but he decided to stay close to the home at South Alabama. So I think the Cowboys got a gem here in the third round. The fourth pick was tight end Jake Ferguson out of Wisconsin. A lot like Dalton Schultz. That's the best way I can put it. In the fifth round, one of the many fifth rounders, Matt Waletzko out of North Dakota. The Cowboys need an offensive tackle. Maybe he's a swing tackle. He's 6'7.5". He's got 36-inch arms, so he's basically your tight end in terms of a swing tackle position. The next pick was Aaron Bland, the cornerback out of Fresno State. The Cowboys liked him. The expectation was he was going to be an undrafted free agent. The Cowboys got him in the fifth round. One of the last fifth rounders, the second to last fifth rounder, was Damone Clark, linebacker out of LSU. The concern with him is he just went through a spinal fusion surgery. The expectation is he's not going to play. The Cowboys say he may play. Who knows? But if he's healthy, the Cowboys got a great player in the fifth round. I'm trying to read my handwriting. Excuse me. The last fifth round pick, defensive tackle John Ridgeway out of Arkansas. You say, well, Jerry Jones is from Arkansas. No, they don't pick Arkansas players. John Ridgeway, 6'6", played at Arkansas for only a year, but the Cowboys feel comfortable with bringing him to Dallas. And their final pick was Devin Hooper, linebacker out of Oregon State. The Cowboys liked him, older player. Let's see what he has. Hopefully he brings some special teams value. But for the Cowboys, I give him a B-, C+ in that range. Above average to average draft for the Dallas Cowboys.